Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to Dilemmas and Drama. Today's story is, my mother-in-law is pushing me to the limits. I, 28 female, have been with my husband, 29 male, for 8 years, married for 2. His mother has been toxic since day 2. I won't say day 1, because the first time I met her was great. I thought, yes, I've hit the mother-in-law jackpot. After that, however, was a quick downhill spiral. When we were first dating, I'd go over to his parents' house while they weren't home. They would call him and tell him they were on their way home, and they wanted me gone before they got there. When we got engaged, he wanted to tell his parents the news by himself, for fear that his mum wouldn't be happy. She blew a gasket for that news, let me tell you. 1 week before our wedding, she had a meltdown, and she said that she would not be attending or having any hand in the wedding at all, and told everyone on my husband's side of the family that the wedding was off. She did attend and pretended nothing had happened, but did not speak to me or anyone in my family. She has disowned my husband several times over small disagreements, screaming at him over the phone and telling him that he's not her son anymore. The list goes on and on and on and on. This sounds like an easy relationship to break off, right? Apparently not. Everyone on his side of the family brushes everything under the rug. She'll have a meltdown, say horrible things, realise she's messed up, act like nothing happened, and everyone coddles her and pretends it didn't happen either. That's just her. I brush quite a few things under the rug as well, at the request of my husband, but I've had it. After the wedding fiasco, I told him I was done with her. It takes a lot for me to cut someone off completely, but I feel like I have solid reasoning. My husband even started to see the light and started to distance himself from her. Fast forward to a couple of months ago. She's trying to reinsert herself into his life, not our life, his life. She called and apologised to him, and him only, but still refuses to acknowledge me. When we're in the same room, she doesn't look at me or acknowledge my presence at all, but will act like a loving mum to him. She has called him crying multiple times, claiming she wants to mend things with me, but never takes the steps to do so and always ignores me when we've been around her. I told my husband it hurts me because I feel like I'm always put second to his mum's feelings. We've talked about starting a family, but I'm scared because I know that I don't want her toxic energy around our child. But I'm afraid that he won't put up any boundaries at all. I love my husband so much, but I'm honestly not sure how much more I can take. My husband always says he's going to say something to her or cut her off for good if she can't respect me. But so far he's talked the talk, but will not walk the walk. It's honestly driving a wedge between us. I believe that no matter who someone is to you, it is not okay to treat them poorly and expect everything to be fine just because you're family. I never wanted to have a bad relationship with my mother-in-law or anyone on my husband's side, but that's the way the cookie has crumbled and I'm lost on what to do at this point. So there's quite a lot of talk in the comments, and Melodrama asked, what did your husband say when you told him you're considering that you might not want to start a family with him because he refuses to set boundaries with his mum? Also, have you suggested marital counselling for both of you or individual therapy for him? If so, what was his response? And OP replied, so I did tell him that I'm scared to start a family with him out of fear of what will happen with his mum. I told him that I will not have a manipulative, toxic person in our child's life. What I get from him is that he's going to give her the what for, but so far, nada. The last time he spoke to her about the issues, it's like a friendly discussion, not a tongue lashing, which is what he threatened when he talks to me. He says, oh I know, we'll just have boundaries, she won't get contact, yada yada, but I just don't believe it. My husband is a great man, I know he loves me, but it hurts to feel like I'm a distant second to her feelings. I haven't talked about counselling, but after reading these comments, I'm going to discuss it with him. After multiple people advised her not to start a family with her husband, she replied, I really thought we were making progress, because he seemed to start to see what she was doing was not normal behaviour. I have a very loving, welcoming family, and my parents have taken him in as family from day one. They absolutely love my husband. I thought he was turning a corner recently, but she calls and cries and he seems to fall right back into her trap. And the best comment in my opinion came from Miranda666. Stop showing up and letting her ignore you. Or you want to go over to your mum's for dinner? I'll take myself out to dinner. Don't forget, if she says anything bad about me, I don't want to hear a word. In fact, whatever she tells you, just keep it to yourself. Drop the rope. Be very clear that you are no longer interacting with, reacting to, or commiserating over your partner's mother. You've told him how you feel. She's given you abundant reasons to stop trying, and you are done. You're cutting her off. She doesn't get to come into your home. She doesn't get to communicate with you. Those bridges have been burned. You have a significant other problem, and I think you are wise to hesitate about having children with them until they've demonstrated that you are their number one priority. Counselling is a priority here, and you should make it clear to your spouse that your shared future depends on you taking concrete steps now. Best of luck to you, and I'm so sorry that she sounds like a complete witch. I honestly couldn't agree more. I would completely cut myself off from her and say that she's not welcome in our home under any circumstances. If there's a family gathering, I would avoid her like the plague, and if anyone said anything, I will simply explain that I don't care who she is. No one has the right to treat you as subpar. Maybe others will see the light. How would you deal with this situation?